First down. Blitz coming off the edge. He's in trouble, and down he goes, and it's Carter.
And just bam, right on that football. Abdul Carter wearing number 11.
Today we're going to be talking about the best player in the 2025 NFL Draft. You've heard his name before. You're going to hear it again as we get closer to the day. And he was the most disruptive player in all of college football last year. The man's name is Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter is an edge rusher coming out of Penn State. And in my opinion, if you see him on the board at number 3, your New York Football Giants should be taking this guy and don't even think twice about it. Abdul Carter is an explosive edge rusher who has the speed and the makeup to be one of the best pass rushers in the league. As soon as he comes in, honestly, when you look at a couple guys that probably compare to him and how he stacks up, listen, you don't have to look any further. You don't even have to go out of your division. Micah Parsons in the NFC East. These guys look like carbon copies of each other. Abdul Carter is looking to be drafted at number 3, and we knew Micah Parsons did slide down that board. But if you look back at that draft, Micah Parsons should have been a guy that was taken by your team as well. The Giants should have taken Micah Parsons. You can't pass up on the talent again if he's there at 3. Abdul Carter put up 12 sacks last year, but overall, he was all over the field. And even thinking about what Abdul Carter has done with his time in Penn State, listen, at one point in time, he was an off-ball linebacker as well, dropping back into coverage, spying quarterbacks. Abdul Carter is a guy that should be able to be all over the field when it comes to being in the NFL. Abdul Carter is a promising edge rusher that's looking like he has the bend of a top pass rusher in this league. He has the speed to get there as well, but some people get it twisted. Listen, we have a guy like Kayvon Thibodeau on our team, a guy like Brian Burns. They're known for being speed edge rushers. That is going to be a misconception with Abdul Carter. He is insanely quick, so people are going to think that he's just a speed rusher, but he's not. The guy has good pass rush moves. He sets up his moves well, and he had tackles in hell last year. Abdul Carter is a guy that was wreaking havoc, not only when it came to stopping the run. You've seen him slipping through blocks with his quickness, also getting people's hands off of him, but also when it came to pass rushing, man. The guy was everywhere. Whether or not he was getting the sack numbers total or he was actually forcing the quarterback to make a bad play, Abdul Carter was all over the field. And I don't even have to look any further. Go ahead and look at that Notre Dame game, that playoff game that he was playing with one arm, by the way. He had a shoulder injury, so he wasn't even fully healthy, and the guy was everywhere making plays for his team. Abdul Carter is the most talented player, if not one of the most talented players in this NFL draft. People have been talking about Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter this whole time, and listen, I'm going to be honest, being a New York Giants fan, I haven't even been thinking about Abdul Carter because you look at our team and you go, we have Kayvon Thibodeau, we have a Brian Burns. Why would we need Abdul Carter? I think Abdul Carter could be the best out of the 3. He really can. He's shaping up to be one of the top pass rushers in this league, and I think the Giants should even think twice in adding a guy. Kayvon Thibodeau, formerly drafted in the top 5 as well. Kayvon Thibodeau had the promise to be one of those, and he still can. I think Kayvon Thibodeau has been a little bit better than people give him credit for, but none of that stops you from drafting Abdul Carter. It just doesn't. Having a Brian Burns on your team with an Abdul Carter would be insane, especially thinking about Dexter Lawrence being in the middle. Abdul Carter was able to pass rush like crazy last year, and that's without having elite talent alongside him, which college football makes sense. Bring him onto this New York Giants front, and I understand everyone's complaints. Hey, we need a quarterback. Let's get a guy that can get after the quarterback at an elite clip, along with other guys like Brian Burns and Dexter Lawrence. Abdul Carter possesses traits, and he's played almost similarly to Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons at one point in the beginning of his career with the Dallas Cowboys was used as an off-ball linebacker in certain schemes as well. And he was pretty good at it. He's pretty good wherever you put him. So why would I not think Abdul Carter can be that type of player for the New York Giants, but also having running mates alongside him, having a Brian Burns on the field, having a Kayvon Thibodeau on the field as well. I say you can find a way to get all of them on the field at the same time and get after the quarterback. Abdul Carter is looking like he's going to be a generational talent in this draft class. People have been on record speaking on it, man. It's looking like the Browns at one point were locked in on Abdul Carter, but just after this Colorado Pro Day, it's looking like they're flipping onto Travis Hunter. We're not going to know until draft day, but I want to let everybody know, man, if it's Abdul Carter and Shedeur Sanders there at 3, I'm taking Abdul Carter. I really am. We don't know what Joe Schoen is thinking and what he wants. I know they're talking about taking a quarterback, but also meeting the value. If you do not love Shedeur Sanders, you take Abdul Carter and you don't even blink. The guy possesses elite traits to the point that a team like the Browns with a Myles Garrett is thinking about drafting him as well. So why should the Giants not think about drafting the guy if he's that talented? If Abdul Carter is there at 3, you're probably going to hear a couple teams trying to call up and try to see if they can go get him as well. Abdul Carter could be that game changer for the New York Giants. And when you think about their glory days, I hate to be a guy that talks about the glory days. Think about their pass rush. Think about their front four. Why would you not want to have an elite front four, especially when you just saw the Eagles dominate the Chiefs when they have the best quarterback? I know what people are going to say. Listen, the Giants need a quarterback. They need to draft a quarterback. Take Shedeur Sanders. I understand that premise. I understand the argument. But Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, and what did you see out of him in the Super Bowl? That obviously, not every argument is equal, but when you have a pass rush that can get after the quarterback, man, it don't matter what kind of quarterback you got. If I got Abdul Carter on one side, I have Brian Burns on the other, Dexter Lawrence in the middle, along with the running mate. Hey, this front four can be elite next year, and it can be elite for the foreseeable future. All these guys are young. All these guys, a couple of them are already paid and locked up. Why would I not want to add an Abdul Carter? For the people that don't want Abdul Carter, listen, what are the kind of concerns that you see? Well, let's point out the obvious. The guy's an Eagles fan. Listen, I've seen people saying don't draft this guy because he loves the Eagles and he was all over them. He's just a fan of a team, man. Can you really get against a guy that has been a fan of an Eagles team? I'm not against it. If he was drafted to the Giants, he would be loyal to that team, and he would be, once again, hopefully wreaking havoc on Jalen Hurts himself. I want to see that out of Abdul Carter. I want to see him putting up better stats than a Micah Parsons in the same game. That's what I want to see if we get a guy like Abdul Carter. For people that are looking to any downsides on Abdul Carter, he doesn't have the biggest build in the world. When we think about, once again, we talked about him already, a Myles Garrett, a Max Crosby. Those are more bigger body edge rushers that not only beat you with speed, but beat you with power. You don't really see a whole lot of power moves out of Abdul, but I don't think it's not doable. I don't think he's just a washed out speed rusher that if you get him to be widening out a bit, he's not going to be able to get the quarterback. That's not true. Look at the tape. Look at the plays that he made last year. He's a guy that's going to be able to set up the tackle, slow play him a bit coming off of the ball, and also still make his play. Why is this even a topic for New York Giants and Abdul Carter? Abdul Carter already visited with Brian Daboll already, and it's looking like they're going to line up a meeting for Thursday. I'm not going to blow it up even more. Listen, they were going to meet regardless. He's a top player, and the Giants had to do their homework on him. But if he's there at 3, it's looking like a couple of reporters are already speaking on it. It's not even a hard decision. The Giants would take Abdul Carter. Right now, he has some type of fracture. You didn't see him participate in any drills for the combine, but with all that being said, I don't think it changes any of his draft stock. You're going to see the guy be a top pick, if not a top 3 pick in this class, and the Giants should take him at 3. Listen, I ain't throwing this Lawrence Taylor t-shirt for no reason. Not saying he's going to be the next Lawrence Taylor, but let's get back to the glory days. Let's get a dominant edge rush, a dominant D-line. Let's go win some football games. I want you guys to let me know down below, man, is this the best player in the 2025 NFL draft? And should your New York Football Giants take this guy if he's on the board at 3? I want you guys to let me know down below, man. Stay tuned for new content coming towards the draft, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Make sure you subscribe to the Juice.